This is basically a try not to get canceled, but I already have a video like that on my channel. So, wait, how do you like, so someone just like came out in public and was like,
I'm a feminist.
I don't like women?
I am a feminist.
I'm a feminist.
I'm a feminist.
I'm a feminist.
See, what they would want you to do is pick one of the guys, right? But
I'm a feminist.
I feel like it's different. She is the anti-feminist. Off the bat, her. I'm gonna say her.
Alrighty.
Or they're the
How do we feel about
anti-feminists.
women having rights?
Yes.
great.
Fabulous.
Really cool thing.
Awesome.
The way she said that. She said fabulous. I'm telling you, it's her.
The merrier.
I already know it
What would
is.
you say is the most feminist thing
Don't try me. Best Gatorade flavor. The yellow kind.
about yourself?
I believe women should be
People
paid
call me
the
weird
same
for this,
across the
but
board, not just white women, but women of color. You can't be a person of color and not believe that women should have the same rights as I, as a black person. So that's why I'm a feminist, and I believe that women should. Feminism is about women being equal. Period.
Yeah.
Mm.
For me, it's just like uplifting women's voices for women's rights. I think like a good thing for us to start, like, how do you guys define feminism?
Like a advocacy
They're
for
definitely a
equity
feminist.
in the institutions for women, right? Not just in the economy and society, but also in government and other positions.
We're
of
gonna
power.
try and look for the person that's not gonna like. It's always in these videos, it's the person that either talks too much or the person that doesn't talk at all. That's the odd one out.
Like I looked over and I saw, like, not to hate anyone that wears running shoes, but like I saw the running shoes and I just assumed. I think that's just like a trope that like a lot of like anti-feminists, like right-wingers, dress more for comfort than style. So
Yo, what? Excuse me? Look, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't give a shit about politics, but I'll go to Walmart wearing my pajamas if I have to.
it's just a stereotype
Christmas pajamas in August.
that I was playing on.
I think supporting women in all areas, so reproductive rights, you know, work pay rights, all that type of stuff, and I think. just
So
being a
does that
voice
make
for
me
the
a
world.
right winger? I don't even know what that means. Is left like Democratic and then like right is like dude, I'm telling you, when I say I don't pay attention in history class or in economic class or government class or any of those classes talking about America and all that stuff, I don't care, bruh. Like, genuinely, like stuff like this, especially, like, just support people, man. That sounds crazy.
Ones that can't speak up, because I find myself.
Why
getting
people gotta be
arguments with
separated?
people because I'm like, I will like really like have this conversation with you. So I think just always supporting them no matter what.
My eye immediately went to Emma. I was like, that very much could be a conservative woman in this group, just based on her outfit. It was a great outfit. She looked great. I guess my view on feminism is that it goes beyond women as well. Like, we include trans people in there, and like by uplifting women and trans people, you then see a better society and environment for like men and like other people. You said something about agreeing with women no matter what they do. Like, I fully disagree. I feel like feminism, you have to hold women accountable. Like, there are women like J.K. Rowling who like leading and spearheading a transphobia movement in the UK, and you.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I didn't even keep up with it. All I know is that she wrote the Harry Potter books, but I didn't like. I feel like that was kind of buried for me because I heard about that, but like I didn't hear about it as much as I needed to. But what was like the whole thing? Y'all let me know in the comments what it was that J.K. Rowling did. Rowling. I never really heard about it. I'm not very up to date on news like that, but what'd she do? How'd she piss people off so that I can be
can't, like,
pissed off with you?
hide behind feminism when you were literally hurting women and
Oh,
children.
totally. I feel like that was just like a broad statement when I say supporting women. I think for me, when I was in a workplace run by men, I feel like I couldn't stand up to like the plate and step up and really like talk about how I'm feeling because I would just get shut down. So I think like in those situations, I mean, like if there's like no one that can like support someone, like you should support them and educate them in a way.
What do you usually do in instances where you're like shot down by a man in power, you could say?
Well, nowadays it's different.
Okay.
If I was saying a few years ago, I would just kind of like rebuttal.
I think she's the anti-feminist.
just go about and do what they want me to do. But now I have a voice and I will kind of, there's not like something equal. I will just point out the fact that, hey, that's not fair. Like, it's just a thing of being strong and powerful, I think.
And so what do men do in those situations?
Women a lot of time aren't taken seriously by men in the patriarchy. I think it's really important for us to like let our voices be heard and
You're definitely a feminist.
uplift their voices.
Keep each other in check.
You've
Allow a platform for women to
you have convinced me. Person in the pink is a feminist.
speak, let their voices be heard, because that's the most effective way to dismantle ignorance.
His speech seemed
What'd you
very
say?
Allow a platform for women to speak, let their voices be heard, because that's the most effective way to dismantle ignorance.
His speech seemed very practiced or thought out. It didn't seem natural. I think also just putting women in leadership at my work, all of leadership is all women.
Yeah.
And I feel
I feel like the I feel like the odd one out never speaks.
compared to
Just
other
me?
workplaces where I've been kind of like duking it out with the boss man kind of thing.
My bosses are all women too. And
Of course.
I will say that traditionally I have had issues with women being my boss,
My general manager is a female.
but
You
as
hate
I've,
to see a
as,
strong woman.
as,
That's
as
what
I've
you're
grown,
saying.
as I've grown, and educationally,
Yeah.
now that I know women's roles, and so I agree with you with that assessment that women in leadership, it is just something about it.
Yeah.
I feel safer too.
And I grew up with a family of brothers, so I was always having to like fight to
I feel
say
like
anything. And
I feel like he's kind of
I
just
grew up with a
talking.
family of brothers, so I was always having to like fight to say anything, and also a Hispanic household, so a lot of times it was like the woman's here to serve and all of that, and having like grown up with that kind of like mindset made me go the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying?
0.
If you like this episode and you want to see more, make sure to
Like
this
and
video
subscribe.
I
Go
think
subscribe
when
to Jubilee,
people
I
tend to
guess.
use a lot of dictionary definitions.
I'm
they-
using their video, so I can't say anything.
They're studying up on it. I mean, you don't have to go Merriam-Webster on us and trying to explain it.
You know, Emma,
Get Emma
she's
out.
a little too comfortable and uncomfortable at the same time, if that makes any sense.
People are gonna think, oh, you're the female. You can't be the anti-feminist. No, I've met some anti-feminist women. It's possible. There's actually a lot. Emma. No, get Emma out of here.
Look.
He was a feminist.
Everybody.
Y'all knocked him out, and he's not the anti-feminist, bro.
I had a weird hunch that it was coming. I'm very formal. So that can make it seem like I'm kind of more nervous or more study rehearsed.
Nah, bro,
I
you're
want to
good.
expand on what you said.
We know it's not you.
I'm wondering how you guys feel about trans women in women's sports.
I'm down for it.
I'm a trans person myself, and I think the root of that problem tends to
Okay, but like,
stem like with like we're protecting
I'm not
children,
speaking on
but
it.
you can't say you're protecting children. if
like
you're
I said, try not to
female.
get canceled challenge. I'm going strong right now.
Trans children. It is like a non-starter, and it distracts from, I think, more imperative issues with like the banning of gender-affirming care and like housing.
Just let
and
people do what they
that's one
want.
of my biggest problems with like modern-day feminism is that it tends to center rich cis het
Freedom
white
of speech,
women,
ain't it?
And I'm like, that's weird.
No, 100%.
That's not how that works.
Well, yeah, I just want to see because I was wondering.
I know freedom
how
of speech is.
The casting works. I don't know if there's any turfs or swerves.
People gonna hate me in the comments for this.
because I don't determine that to be feminism.
Slay.
Because like for me, trans women are women, so we should be protecting all women, not just cis women.
I have no problem with about sports and stuff, but I also don't want to silence the J.K. Rowlings of the world because I believe in democracy, and I believe to know your enemy, I want them to speak. That's how they used to do things in the old days. That's what the KKK does. They hide their face.
Sure.
I want to know who they are, and I want them to speak freely so you know who the enemy is.
Sometimes they get a little violent.
Wait, so Oh, that's what it was. Rowling said she wasn't for trans rights. Is that what she said?
though,
But-
and it turns
But
into
people, I mean, but
other
that's
things.
I think I understand what you mean. Like,
So I
you-
guess it's
you
fuck J.K.
agree
Rowling.
with free speech, but
I
not to
sure
the
do.
point where it should like restrict someone else. Like you don't have
no,
ill
but I
will towards trans
definitely
people.
want the J.K. Rowlings and the Marjorie Taylor Greens to talk. I want them
Yeah.
to talk because I want
Because
to know
they
who they are.
sound so stupid.
Well, stupid, but you also want to know who they are.
Emma, what do you think? You haven't said anything.
I'm kind of like, I'm not against it. I'm not like so much. I feel like I don't have a clear answer because with kids, like when you talk about kids doing it, I don't
Just
think
trying to
with
think too
children, I
hard.
think everyone should, like everyone's the same, they have the same strengths and everything like that. But I think in like professional sporting situations, I might need to educate myself more on this, so this might be like what I need to come out of today and do, but I think trans women still
Educate
have
yourself
like
more.
more strength than women, like, but even saying that, like, they're women, but I feel like it's not even exactly.
She compared trans women
I
to
was-
women,
I was-
referring to cis women as the women, and like kind of then referring to trans women as not women. I was like, oh, it might be her.
Okay, but well, I mean, I know it's her. But LeBron James, if you like, think.
Like they have an advantage, you would say.
Yeah, like a slight
Okay.
advantage.
So you might be against it, maybe.
I mean, see, I don't want to say that though, because then I'm not really supporting all women.
Okay.
But
So if it's
But
professional,
look,
let's be honest.
listen, not all would have an advantage though, because like there are certain UFC fighters that I feel like if they went to the women's division, like if they, so say how do I say this without making the comments hate me? Say there are certain fighters that if they were to say like, oh, I am now a woman, and like go to fight women, I feel like those women UFC fighters can hold their own. Some of them can hold their own. Ronda Rousey, when she was in the UFC, she could have, I'm just saying, she could have cleared some of those guys. I'm just
Honest, if
saying.
you're good, you're good. I think if a transgender woman went up to play tennis against Serena Williams, and it's a transgender woman, she'd probably more than likely lose.
Yeah, because Serena Williams.
Yeah, because Serena Williams is going to whoop everyone's butt. It doesn't matter. Exactly, that too, tennis. I think Serena Williams is dicing half, if not 3/4 of the males that are playing tennis.
Greatest of all
Exactly.
time.
So,
If not all of
when we
them.
talk about strength and stuff, sometimes it's just skill.
yeah,
Serena's
so I think
the
for sure,
best.
like there's some that like they're absolutely even, but I think in very limited areas of sport, then like there might be a slight advantage. But things, yeah, like tennis and soccer, like those type of things are all skill.
A lot of people get mad at trans women in sports when in
Thanks.
reality, majority of trans women that compete in sports currently aren't doing that well. It's not like there's like a
Wait.
crazy.
Tennis and soccer, like those type of things are all skill.
A lot of people get mad at trans women in sports when in reality, majority of trans women that compete in sports currently aren't doing that well. It's not like there's like a crazy big advantage. A lot of them are on hormones for like a long time. Like it's even gotten to the point where we're trying to make cis women who have high testosterone way lower.
So
See,
it's-
look, this video is also probably good for me because I am not educated on any of this as much as I need to be. I'm a very stick to myself person. I let people just do what you want. Like, who cares? If I don't know you, just do what you want. Like, I've met trans people that are cool as hell. I've met trans people that are mean as hell. I've met people that are mean as hell and cool as hell. It's just
Trying to make cis women who have high testosterone way lower.
So it's a regulated thing, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
educate me.
Right.
Well, and a lot of times, let's just call it what it is. It's about people's religion. It's about your ideology, your religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And which,
Back control.
again, has no place in.
They're shielding their hate.
Yeah, because Jesus said so.
Not so much what he was saying or stating, but the fact that he was just giving me information overload.
Emma.
I was like, you kind of
Bro,
distracted
it's
me
Emma.
from what we
It's
were actually
Emma.
discussing.
It's Emma. Emma. We
When the
know
question is
you.
what's
Emma.
Emma immediately kind of withdrew.
Get her out.
And also, like,
Get her
as a
gone.
trans person, I'm just immediately like, that's suspicious to me.
Get him out. Get her gone. You know what that face was? That was real, bro. that face right there. Oh my god. She's like, damn, they got me. That's what that was. She got caught.
I could have easily just agreed and played the game and got to the end. But I know this is a game, but I think it's also a game of topics and conversation. So I'm not mad about getting voted out and how it went.
If you think the more
I told you. Off of first looks, I guarantee you
still be in the box
1,000%.
and you want to continue
No.
playing the game, please
Don't even
raise your
continue.
hand.
Don't even continue. No, y'all got
I
her.
think we're set.
Y'all
I
are
will still vote
good.
to continue, but if you guys want to end it, I'm cool with ending it.
End
The
it.
light turns green. that means you have
End
voted
it.
out the mole.
It was
and
Emma.
you all.
It was Emma. How much y'all want to bet?
Red, that means
How much? We shake
the
hands
mole
on it?
is still in the
It was
box,
Emma.
And you lose.
I know an anti something when I see it.
That's stupid.
2.
Anti anything. It was Emma. I told you. It's gotta be, right? It's gotta be.
I was scared.
I knew
It's Emma.
it.
It's Emma. It's Emma. It's Emma.
May the mole step forward.
Bring her in.
3,
Emma, come on up.
2,
Come on up, Emma.
1.
Yeah, come on up, Emma.
Step right up,
I
whoever it is.
thought, yeah.
There is no mole.
Yeah, checks out.
My bad.
I'm so sorry. I just knew it was you.
First impressions, right?
So here's the thing. The mole actually never showed up, but we still wanted you all to play the game.
This is a good one.
I was shocked. I was for certain we kicked out the mole. We were done, case closed, and I feel like I was probably too quick to judge.
I think it's an interesting social experiment.
What? I thought it was.
To see infighting even within these groups. Getting a bunch of feminists in the room and seeing
I thought it was odd one out. This title is clickbait. Jubilee.
who points to
I don't
another-
care. I'm still believing my Emma. Emma was definitely an anti-feminist. I don't care.
I don't think you're a feminist.
I think I'm right.
Extremely interesting to me. And also extremely interesting.
She was the mole,
that
they
I was
just
the
don't wanna
first
say
one
it.
out.
I felt some hesitation about coming on the show just because I didn't want to come off as someone, as a man, accusing women of not being feminists, because it's a really weird position to be in. I'm like, is it corny to go on a show and be like a male feminist?
So the actual anti-feminist just didn't show up. Homie was like, I signed the papers, but in reality, I don't want to ruin my career. That's what it kind of
no,
sounded
it
like.
shouldn't be.
I think walking away from this, I really want to educate myself more on transgender women. That's something I've learned.
You cannot.
Okay, you know what, Emma? We're kind of on the same page. Me and Emma haven't been educated as much as we need to be. But, you know, I get it. Emma, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you were the... Thanks for watching.